And let me start by asking you a question. Right? I don't want. I want you to quickly tell me, whether on mic or on chat, what kind of education you want for your child. As simple as that. Let me see what this group wants. Yeah, because this is the question we started with. So I am asking you the same question, the question that we asked ourselves about 17 years back or 18 years back. Yeah. What kind of education we want for our child?
It should be a child-centric method where it promotes their strength as well as the emotional intelligence and many more other practical skills that is required for their future life. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Ashwini. Right,
Thank
I've
you.
got that on screen. Yeah. Okay. More thoughts? What kind of education you want for your child, children, whatever? And not that you want as in you only want it for future. Maybe that's what you have been doing all this. So share that also. Yeah, please. Okay, Thiru is saying whatever he goes through, he should be happy and enjoy life. So Thiru, my question would be, okay, you want at the end of it, the day, week, month, year, should be happy and enjoying, right? But what should go into the education that will make it happy and enjoyable? You know, what kind of education will make the child happy and enjoyable? That's the question we're asking. I know we all want happy children or enjoyable life and so on, right? There is nobody here who will say, no, I don't want happy children, right? So the idea is now, what kind of education will give that happiness and enjoyable, whichever you are looking for. Okay.
I think, yeah, that's a mystery, right? Like, we have to figure it out. I don't know.
Okay.
Study in
Okay.
open.
That's a very honest answer, but some thoughts I'm sure you would have about it, that it should be like this, or it could be like this. It could be a starting point. Could be not should, but could. It could be like this, or it could be like that. That's
Outdoor studies and practical
sorry.
studies. Outdoor.
Outdoor. Okay. Outdoor practical. Yeah. Life skills. Somebody's saying.
I think I would want them to have a love for learning.
Okay, so again, my question is, what will give them love for learning? See, love for learning, joy, happiness is the outcome. And we are talking about, hey, what should be the education so that
To
these
let
outcomes...
them explore what they are interested in. That is what will bring the love towards the education, I suppose.
Explore what they are interested in. Assam. Explore many areas. Okay, that's somebody saying explore many areas. Whatever he goes through, he should be happy. Okay, less stress, more practical.
I want them to be wholesome human beings.
Yeah, again, that's an outcome.
General,
right?
okay.
That's again an outcome. We all want wholesome human beings. I don't know if I'm wholesome or not. I don't think so. But whatever sum I am, SUM sum, whatever sum I am a sum total of whatever I've gone through, right? So in the same way, what would we like to have them as an education so that they become whatever that wholesome we are talking about? I hope my questions are making any sense or some sense. And I'm sure many of you have thought a lot about this. That's why you are here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Okay. Nida is also saying give clarity. Okay.
I think it's easier to say what do I not want from them.
Okay, you can say that. You can absolutely say that.
Like I don't want rote learning.
Okay.
So I don't know what the opposite of, yeah.
Sure. Well, I think that's a good way to start. At least what I don't want, if I'm clear, then maybe what I want will emerge. Right. So absolutely, I like that. Okay. Clarity of what I want. Okay. So somebody's saying, see, that's why I have the letter N here, not wrote. Any more thoughts, quick thoughts or slow thoughts? deep thoughts, flying thoughts, crazy thoughts, all thoughts are welcome.
Not whatever 8 to 2 p.m. learning. It should be like a whole, like it should be integrated into your life.
Okay.
Learning should be part of everything you're doing. It shouldn't be like, okay, I'm studying maths, I'm studying this. It should be
Right, integrated.
integrate. Yeah, like it should be part of everyday life.
So sure.
I think the education should be holistic in all the aspects,
Mhm.
like
Can you expand on that word holistic?
yeah, social, physical, emotional, academic. The end goal, even if I say when the child is 18 years, 20 years, he should be able to live independently on his own, like
Mhm.
whatever he's doing, whatever he or she is passionate about, earning and living his life without our help.
Okay.
So
Fascinating. And then
That
okay.
is what education should enable them at the end.
Okay.
Again, there is learning is for life. They will continue learning. But as of now, I can think of that as a goal.
Sure. Anybody else wants to add anything? Okay. Let's go a little into this. So in a way, yes, a lot of our thoughts aligned with when we started our journey. Me and Aditi, my wife, we started our journey with our two children. Almost all of these things and many more things. But interestingly, I want to point out one thing. I'm itching to point that out. That when we worked, so we were working already with children, and what we observed about children that they were already socially, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything, they were solid, right? We were the ones who were not seeing them as solid. We were the ones who were kind of unnecessarily thinking about a whole lot of things. They were already independent, they were already passionate, they were already emotional, they were already all the list that we were saying. We just need to now let them continue the job. If I look at a toddler who wants to learn how to learn mother tongue, learn how to walk, learn how to talk, learn grammar, they figure out everything on their own. They're very independent, they're very persistent, they're very passionate about whatever they want to do at that moment. They are socially, physically, mentally, possibly far more adaptable than us, at least me as an adult. So what I'm trying to say is that what we also observe that they are already all of this. We just need to allow this to keep on growing and evolving on its own. So that's where we started our journey with our two children, and then more people got added in. So the whole idea was that, hey, we don't need to fit children into something. Rather, to us, education was whatever evolves out of the child. Hence, it automatically fits the child. If it comes from within, if it's inside out, then it will kind of automatically, be aligned with the child. Like many of you mentioned, as per the child's interest, gives the child the clarity what the child wants to do. So in a way, we are saying, hey, sorry, I have a dog barking in the background. Okay, I will just switch to a headphone, and I hope the dog decided to bark right now. I hope it's a little better. Okay, so then we said, hey, why can't we give them what they actually deserve? Not like what we have created, but what they actually deserve. And so we realize that if that is the case, then we need to, or rather, Aarohi needs to, as a group, as a community, as an organization, needs to work on the child's passion, child's strengths, child's capability, and then our job becomes to help the child discover that, develop that, and then nurture that as it goes along, right? Now what develops, how do we find these passion, strengths, capability, and talents, if you want to ask me that? So we have divided the whole journey into kind of four broad stages, or cat parts, you can call it. When children are very young, they hog exposure, they want exposure, they want to touch this, they want to see this, they want to ask questions about this, what is this, what is this, who is this. So they are really looking for lots and lots of exposure. As as they get exposed and they start growing older, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they start getting into explorations of what they like doing, right? They don't, they leave out what they don't like and they start getting into what they like. So that becomes their primary engine or energy, if I may call it. And then as they move into their teenage years, uh, then they start getting into expertise, which means they further narrow down the fields, maybe one or two, sometimes three also, but mostly one or two. And now they are deep diving into it, developing a lot of skills in that particular field or fields. And finally, they can convert whatever expertise they have developed into what we call as earning stage, which is the enterprise, which is the professional stage, where they either have a job or build their own freelancing or business or entrepreneurship or whatever they want to do that, right? So the passions and the strengths and the capabilities and the talents come out of because of exposures, explorations, and deep dive expertise. These are the three, and then they use all of this to earn later on in their life. So that's how we have seen the passage. And just to give you a little illustration of how this happens, here is a video made by my son. His name is Drupad, and he has never gone to school ever. We joke, you have never even entered a building called school, right? And he's 20 now, and he's telling you about his journey through these 4 stages. Yeah, let's just quickly listen to his video. It's a short video, and then we will move ahead. Oops.
How did I become a professional without ever going to school? At Aarohi, I've always been doing something. Whether it was a skill worth learning or, well, this stuff. I've been a part of Aarohi my whole life, and I've gone through the 4 stages of learning, but I like to call them the quad E's. The first stage is exposure, where I was being introduced to new concepts like gardening, cooking, music, building stuff. A lot of stuff. Then I moved on to the second stage, exploring, experimenting, and gaining hands-on experience. Here I did things like photography, art, fitness, adventure sports, and well, normal sports. After this, I leveled up to stage 3, which is expertise, where I try to master my skills and dive deeper into different things. I played football for 4 years at different academies, trying to become professional. I started working out and taking fitness more seriously. And digital marketing, where I started off with trying paid ads, web designing, slowly transitioning to social media and media production, which is what I'm doing right now, by the way. I even got my first internship for social media management, which was not paid. The final stage is enterprise, where I start earning while learning. In this stage, I got my second internship in a social media role, where I learned a lot about social media and how the content production world works. Finished that and then started a content agency with my friend, and I'm also doing a part-time job with a podcasting agency right now, where I'm learning more about different types of content. Usually I do short-form content, and podcasting is something totally different. So these are the 4 stages of learning that I've been through with Aarohi, and well, the learning never stops, but yeah, this is what you get if you join Aarohi. Bye.
Right. So that was the kind of quick exploration of the 4 stages that we were talking about. Not that as you grow older, you stop getting exposed or you stop exploring other things. But yeah, that's kind of the how you start from a very wide platter and then keep on narrowing till you reach a certain stage. Now, how does this happen in Aarohi? I want to share what we have been doing over the last 16 years. So the first thing is we focus on a personalized learning plan for each child. Obviously, this means that we work very closely with the child. We observe the child, and observe the child, and keep observing the child, and then working with him or her, what he or she is liking. And obviously, we connect with the parents, and we connect with the child, and the parents, and the child, and the parents, and the child. So that's how this whole personalized plan keeps developing, keeps evolving, because as the child grows, this keeps kind of changing and going along. So that's the first step, which is perhaps a very, very important step. Once this step is done, we may move into now that we have a broad plan. what kind of what kind of explorations will match with the kind of skills, knowledge, and concept that the child is hungry for. So we try and bring about those, discuss with the child, ideate with the child and other children, and come up with all kinds of different exploration, different kinds of resources, different kind of resource people. So we have a saying in Aarohi that you are the center of the universe, which means everything in universe is yours. Now go ahead, grab it. Which means people are there to serve you, books are there to help you, YouTube is there to show you something, and so on and on. There's no limit to what you can explore, provided you want to explore it. That's the whole idea, right? Also importantly, we are not limiting to only those. We are constantly working on how do we bring in, or rather how do we interact with the world at all different possible ways, right? Going outdoors, or meeting people, or doing things out there, running up campaigns, doing events, and whole lot of things which I just want to give you an example of the job part. So we have something called as jobs, where different jobs inside Aarohi are given or offered to children, whoever wants to take it. One of the job is, if you see the screen now, is the job of an accountant, which means every year the accounts of Aarohi is done by a child. And this is what you saw. The photograph was of a child. He's 13 now. He did it 2 years back when he was 11. So at 11, he has done the complete accounting of Aarohi, including all debit, credit, vouchers, balance sheet, profit and loss, submitting it to the CA, a 11-year-old. So, and every year the child changes. So that's the kind of real world work that they are doing. Depending on, obviously, not obviously what interests whom, and not that just because they've done an accountant job for a year, now they have to go become an accountant in life. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to see how this world works and engage with it with all the energy one wants to put into it. Yeah. The fourth part is, some of you were talking about, the emotional skills, the social skills, the life skills, the leadership skills. How does that, all of that comes out? Well, all of that comes out by doing lots of things. The key word is doing, and through a lot of processes, through a lot of tools, through a lot of techniques that we have worked, because we have deeply researched over the last, we have been working now with children for 26 years. So we have brought learnings from all over the world, from whoever has worked in the field of education. We don't need to prescribe to a philosophy, because first we are prescribing to the philosophy called the child. So but we can bring in learnings from everywhere else and bring them to the children. So that's what the other part that we do a lot with children. Just to give you an example, just last week, we were having a session on sexual safety with a diverse group, of the youngest being 6-year-old and the oldest being 15 years old. And this was the group which was going through a session on sexual safety. So like that, we can do different things. Finally, specifically, I want to mention how we work with youth who want to take their passion to their profession, right? Which means these children are not really going to colleges or looking for certificates. What they are doing is they are doing actual work and coming out with what we call as work certified, because they have done work, they've created their portfolio, they've done actual client projects, many of them paid, they've done internships, many of them again paid by the industry. Industry loves them because they are full on, and they build their portfolio, and their portfolio gets them more work, more jobs, whatever they are looking for. So that's how the professional journey from being a teenager, or from having a particular passion, like we have somebody here who likes art as a passion. Now, how do you take it to the professional level? That's what we work with. Yeah. So that's the fifth thing that we do specifically for youth up to the age of 21 years. Yeah. One more important, very important person left in this equation is the parents. For us, we call it parent not in. Parents are completely in the sense they're involved, they are interested, they're always in, as in even when the child, let's say, is at Aarohi campus, the parents would be part of it, keep coming here. If not coming here, at least on a weekly, sometimes on a daily basis, being part of it, sharing in and contributing in whichever way they can, not just to their child, but to many other children. So that's the advantage of having a a group that you have not just so many children, you have so many parents. And wow, we have suddenly a beautiful group, all, supporting, pulling, pushing, challenging, helping each other, mentoring, guiding each other, apart from the mentors doing their job. So parents are very, very closely involved. We mentor the parents in turn also to see how effectively you can work when the child is at home. Because in Aarohi, you don't have to necessarily all the time be at the campus. You can literally, come whenever. I'll talk more about it. I want to do a quick rundown of what Aarohi does not do. Let's make that also very clear. We don't focus on conventional academic subjects. We don't believe in this word academics. For us, everything is worth learning. Whether it's mathematics or crochet, it doesn't matter. Whatever you like is academics for you or is studies for you. So we don't focus specifically on anything. We don't have any teaching or classes in academics. No teaching, no classes. Yet the child can find a teacher if the child needs to. Um, the second thing is we don't really prepare children for any boards or competitive exams. But if a child wants to give an examination, the child is more or less welcome to do that. The child may be able to, let's say, out of 5 topics, be able to cover 3 topics by himself or herself. May need help with 2. If the child needs external help, the child only finds or the family finds a tutor. If the child can work with some parent, then that can be done. But we don't take the responsibility to get the child to appear for a board or get an examination or get some great marks, because that we don't think it's even required. The children can do it pretty much themselves. A lot of our Aarohi children, whoever wanted to do it, they just went ahead and do it. We also don't provide a certification. I already said they do work certified, which is their portfolio. Somebody did mention integrated learning today. Wow, we do completely integrated learning. There is no spoon feeding. There's no telling the child this is this. The children themselves figure it out based on their real life, based on what they are exploring, based on what they are doing. Specifically, I want to mention that we work with all children. So we don't differentiate between children with special needs or non-special needs. For us, all children are simply special, and we work with each child. Though we don't have any special educators or separate things for anybody. Depending on who needs what, we will see how that can be arranged. And lastly, we don't really work through discipline. So there are no timetables. There is no attendance. There is no nothing actually. Each child creates his or her plan and then sees how he or she wants to responsibly work on it. And in that sense, the child is also constantly developing responsibility as an important ingredient in one's life, right? Okay, just to conclude it, what we essentially offer is joining Aarohi at our campus for 1 year. What that means is, well, the child can come to campus and go back home whenever the child wants. So the child keeps shifting between campus and home. If you're close by, this could be on a weekly basis. If you're really close by, as in staying in our nearest village or town, then this could be on a daily basis. If you're, let's say, little far off, this could be every few months. So it really depends on you. Each child designs their participation in the campus and at the home however you want. When the child is here and let's say you are in your home, you will help us understand and work with the child. When the child is at home, we will help you understand the child and work with the child. So we work as a team, all 3 of us. So that's what primarily Aarohi offers. Aarohi also offers a lot of support for families who are doing or wanting to do this kind of a learning journey at home, whether you call it homeschooling, unschooling, open schooling, open learning, free education, open education, whatever term you use. And for that, we have various programs. Our core program is Jagrati, which is for parents. And we have many other programs for the parents, including one on integrated learning also. So there are lots of programs. You can check them out on the website. Yeah, I think, yeah, let me kind of stop here. Sorry, there's been a lot of dog barking today. I don't know what's what's up to them today. I'm sure they're doing their job. Okay, so let me pause here and see if you have questions. And I have Preeti. Are you there somewhere? Yeah, Preeti is there. I think so. Yeah. Okay. Superb. So you have me and Preeti, you want to quick introduce yourself so people know you are there to answer their questions?
Hi, my
Yeah.
Zoom is also acting smart and I'm not able to switch on my camera. Yeah. So hi, I'm Preeti. I'm from Mumbai. We are a family of three. Our daughter is now 12 years old. She was 7 when we joined. We were part of Aarohi. And so since then, since 5 years now, we have been open learning as a family. So our daughter is an open learner and we parents are also open learners, and we have learned a lot of life skills after being part of Aarohi, to be honest. Yes, so that's the way we are going ahead as a family, and yeah, we are enjoying this open learning journey.
Okay, so we have taken a good 35 minutes. Um, and well, we are ready to take on questions, thoughts. Geetika is asking, how many mentors do you have on campus online? Well, Geetika, if you could get me, I was very fast, I know, but if you could understand what I was saying, uh, we think that every one of us is right in the middle of the universe, and the whole universe is there to serve us. What does that mean? That means that there is no dearth of mentors. Right? Everybody out there is a mentor, provided I am ready to ask. I'll give you one little cute little story. There's one boy who was looking for an internship. So he contacted one organization in Goa, and he said, I want to do work this would. You have put up and so they said, okay, you will go for an interview. Couple of interviews later, he was rejected and dejected, obviously, that he's rejected. And he came back to all of us saying, oh God, they didn't take me. I don't know what should I do. I really don't know which skills and all that. And then he himself said, but I wonder why they did not select me. And then he himself came up with the idea, I'll ask them. So the next day he calls up his interviewer and says, sir, why did you not select me? And then obviously that guy was very kind enough. He started talking about what was he looking for and what he didn't find in terms of the skills and other things. And this boy says, okay, will you help me develop this? And he says, yeah. Will you be my mentor? He said, yeah. And this is 5 years back. And still that person in the industry is his mentor. You see, so this mentor came out of a rejection. So what I'm trying to convey is, believe me, there's no dearth of mentors. Right? We raise a hand saying, I need help with, let's say, crochet. I'm showing 15 people will say, I can help you with this. Right? So, and if the when you say how many of them are at the campus, okay, so let me now answer that question. So how many mentors are at the campus? Well, apart from some of us, we are about 2, 3, 4, whatever number are there on that particular day. But everybody else is also a mentor, whoever is at the campus on that day, isn't that? It's not like another child is not a mentor. Another child can show me, hey, where I messed up with my emotion. Another child can show me where I messed up with my time management. Another child can show me where I'm doing good with my presentation. Or another child can show me why am I not able to do something. So again, we don't need to draw lines and says only a certain species can mentor me. Anybody can mentor me if I'm open to learn from anybody. So it's a very dynamic, it's a very but at the same time a very close knit family, in the sense of the core team, which is about six of us, and then a whole lot of parents, then a whole lot of ex-Aarohi parents, a whole lot of ex-Aarohi children who have now become 20, 25 and so on, and then a whole lot of world out there. So many people ready to help, right? I can only say we always feel that we are blessed. There is abundance in this universe. We just have to raise our hand and say, I need help. As simple as that. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how we operate.
One is that part, right? We can find mentors as need basis from our network, from the world out there. Yeah, one is that subject matter mentors. Second is, like you said, right, you offer personalized lesson plans, or you prepare along with parents. So who prepares that personalized lesson plans? Like, who are
Yeah,
those?
so we are there.
Like, who are
That's what I was
That-
talking. So we are the core team, six of
Okay.
us, and plus the parent of the child, plus the child. So this is the team which will prepare the personalized plan, right? So let's say one of us. Let's say I am working with a child A. So me, the child A, and the child's parents. We are a team of 4 now working on the personalized plan, and that's again not the limit. That's just the beginning of the. Now the child will present this personalized plan to everybody else, and everybody else will give feedback on it. Right? Again, it's not like done in one secluded corner. Everybody else will say, hey, why don't you add this? Hey, why have you thought of this? Hey, why I know of a resource, why do you do this? And even parents sitting remotely will say this because it is presented or shared with them. So even let's say you would be knowing personalized plans of all the children sitting at your home, and then you can value add to it. You can say, this child is wanting this, I have a thought for this child. Right? So again, if you can sense a group which is there to support and help each other, that's the core of it. Yes, but we are as in the core team of facilitators are there who to one work with the child, including the parents. Yeah.
And then I think maybe that will again better kind of a give of a sizing of this. How many students are there? Like, I know I read somewhere thousands, 1,000 or 2,000 students are there.
No. I don't know. That must. I don't know where you got that figure. No. They are not thousands and not all. Okay. So again, you're asking how many families are part of Aarohi. So right now, around 30 to 35 families are part of Aarohi. And again, at any moment, how many are at the campus is not something we determine. If you're asking how many are there at any point of time, it could be just 5 here, or it could be 30 here. We don't know, right? It depends on who is wanting to be at the campus on a particular day or a particular time or a particular week. Actually week and not a particular day. So it's a very dynamic number, and different people based on their needs and wants could be at the campus or at their home or at anybody else's home or traveling and so on.
I got it. If flexible, so yeah, up to that.
Absolutely.
One last question, giving space to others. Like you said, it's from many years, right? So then, like, are there kids who have kind of graduated or who are 18 year, 20 years?
Yes. I don't think you have visited our. If you visit our website, you will see so many case studies of children who are now more than 20 years. Yes, definitely. Please head to the website, click on the menu saying case studies. There are some of them there. If you need something very specific, if you're looking for something to talk to a family which has this kind of a profile, we can even put you on to that. So then you just ping a request to me on the WhatsApp and we can help you out. If you have a very specific thing in your mind, I want this kind of an example.
Thank you. That's also now.
Yeah, but I want to add something. When you say, are there children, yes, who are out there in the world? Yes. And the best part is that they're pretty much doing things which other children do. It's not like they've grown horns on their head just because they didn't do all of that, like you saw Drupad in the video. But they're kind of on a road, or even if you meet them, you wouldn't even realize that they've not been doing the conventional, and they're just there, right? Though a lot of them sound very self-assured because they've been driving themselves, so that kind of a self-assuredness, that kind of a confidence, that kind of a knowing myself, very grounded, because they've failed so many times that they're very grounded, all of those things. But then you will notice them if you stay with them over a period of time, then you realize, oh yes, but that will happen over a period of time, not immediately. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Please.
So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for this presentation. It's amazing what you all are doing, and with so much passion. And I'm so happy I got connected to this group. I've been on the WhatsApp group for a while. So thank you for this presentation. Just in terms of next steps, like what is the process? How do you join it? What is the cost? Some of those more practical.
Yeah. So first of all of this information is available on the website. Okay. So let me also give that link. You can look that up, especially the cost part and all. Uh, in terms of the process, by attending this meetup, you have done the step one. Right? Step two is if you want a one-to-one, then you can request for a one-to-one, and then one of us will do a video call with your family. That is if you have questions and if you want to discuss about your child and so on, you're most welcome to do that. So that's an optional step two. The most important, which is the step three, is to come and stay with us for a week. Yeah, so that you actually experience how the whole thing works, how the campus works, how all of us works. So don't get impressed by my presentation. Come and meet us. See if you vibe with all of us. See, that's the most important thing. Rest of the things on one side, right? You should vibe with the whole space, with the way we have thought about it, with the way we have built this. The campus is very unique. All the processes are very unique. There are little things all over the place which you will see. Oh, why is this like this and why is that like that, right? So a whole lot of things that we have we have tried to build to give everybody, including ourselves, a very interesting experience, right? To experience life in many different ways. Somebody said we should be learning from the life, and that is bang on. That's why we call ourselves Aarohi Life Education. To us, life itself is so beautiful. You can learn from that. So yeah, so as simple as that. So please come over, stay with us, the whole family preferably, but at least one parent minimum, and especially for a week. And after you stay for a week, if you say, I want to stay for 1 or 2 more weeks, you can also do that until you are ready to, if you want to decide this way or that way, any which way is fine. And all the details of staying also is available on the website, or you can ping me, which is I will just put on the Aarohi number. You can, if you're not already on WhatsApp with us, most of you are, I guess so. But anyway, I've just put the number so you can ping me if you need any link, any details in terms of information. Then
Thank you.
yeah. Let's not spend too much time on information because that is anyway available on the website as well as on WhatsApp. Let's ask more questions about how and what and so on. And if you have a question specific to your child, please go ahead and ask. This is a small group and everybody is here for their child only. So don't worry about yeah.
I have a
Just ask. Yeah.
I have a quick question, Ratnesh.
Sure.
And again, thanks for the presentation. And the idea itself is like very interesting to explore. It's like definitely uncharted for me. So the question is like, like anything, not everything is for everyone. So like, how do I figure out like if open learning is for my kid? So like, if there is a process established or like, it's a way like, you give this much time for the kid and then you will know it kind of. I don't know if that's possible, but you get my question, right? Like, I'll be like the idea. Now, how do we validate if it's working for my child? And like, how long do you think we need to invest before we know it?
So if you step back a little and realize what are we doing? So what are we doing is we are actually not doing anything other than living. Yeah. So one doesn't need to validate life. One is alive, that itself is a validation. Now the question comes, if I'm living my life doing the things that I want to do, will I reach where I want to reach? Or how do I reach where I want to reach, provided I know where I want to reach, right? Now all of these questions, there is no one right answer. And what Aarohi is saying is, come, explore and take whichever path suits you, including, let's say, going to a college or including giving an examination. So we are not excluding that. We're saying all the options in the world are open for you. All the professions, all the domains, all the passions, all the talents, all the interests, everything is available. And in today's world, everything can give you earning. So if that is in any which way at the back of your mind, there is absolutely no problem with that. So what Aarohi is talking about is not like there is like living can needs to be validated. To me, that's not the point. The point is to understand what is my child's and my need as a parent need today, and it will evolve. So keep changing that. Why does it need to be one straight line that it has to be done this way, right? Somebody can change. I'll give you one example, Tiru. Okay, there was this boy Imad. His video is also there as part of case studies. He when he turned 17, one fine day he says, "I want to become a pilot." Now, he has not been going to school, no 10th, nothing, and all that. And suddenly at 17, he says, I want to become a pilot. For whatever reason, he got the fancy of becoming a pilot. We said, okay, you invest yourself into become a pilot. So he found out that in India, to get into a pilot certification, he needs a 10th and a 12th. So there you go. Now you have to prepare for 10th and 12th, right? So he started preparing for 10th. It took him 8 months to crack the 10th, and he had crossed the 10th. Now he said, Uncle, I have 1 year for 12th. Ooh, because in NIS you can give in within 1 year from 10th to 12th. He said, Uncle, I have 1 year for 12th. This is too much time. I don't need that much time to crack 12th. So what should I do meanwhile? So we all discussed. So a lot of ideas came, and one of the ideas was go meet more pilots. Okay, so he said, okay. He started meeting pilots, connecting with pilots, finding out their contacts with one pilot, finding out the contacts of others. And by the time he spent about another 6 to 8 months, he went to his parents and says, I don't want to become a pilot. So there is what I'm trying to say is that the journey is not such straight line that it will, I have said I've become a pilot. Now, is there a validation there? Is there a way to prove that this will give him pilot? No, he suddenly realized he doesn't want to become a pilot. And today he is about, I think, 23 now. He's into fashion, and he's doing a business on fashion, producing and marketing and figuring out his way into the world of business. Anyway, that's he was attracted later on towards fashion became his passion, right? What I'm trying to illustrate, and I can give you many such stories of not just children. I can give you my story where I changed so many things, and God knows where I am from where I started. And I'm sure in this little group of 20 people, so many people won't be doing things which they started off with. So what are we talking about? If you really stretch your question wider, longer along the scale of life, there is nothing which validates anything. What validates is what I like doing at a particular time, and can I go ahead and do that? If today I'm doing a job and I don't like it, I can chuck the job and go and do something else at 20, at 30, at 50. That is life. That's why I keep saying it's life. It's not, we are not trying to prove something to somebody saying that, this will give me this. No, we are going to live our life how we want to live today. When I'm 11, I'm going to live it how I should be living at 11. And when I'm 31, I will live at how I want to live at 31. I know this is all sounds very, I don't know what it sounds, but this is what Aarohi is. I can only talk about Aarohi, right? I can't talk about anything else. So to me, there is no proof of living. Living means I grab what I want to do today. And if I develop that ability, which a toddler has, a 6-month-old has, what they want to learn at that 6 month, 1 year, 2 year, they grab that and then learn it, including their mother tongue. So it's an inherent thing built. We are designed to learn. Right? And it's just taking that forward. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I think one other question I had is like the hardship involved till the child becomes leader, right? So, for example, like me and my wife, like if there is a holiday and a working day for school, it will be nightmare for us to manage him at home. So, I was looking at your examples and videos. I see kids like a 8-year-old or 7-year-old talking like an adult. It is that I don't know, I wish my kid turns out to be like that. But I think the starting period definitely, I believe it's very challenging for new parents that are stepping into this world. So, is your 1 year program is an answer to that question, or how should we see that?
No, 1 year is only the minimum. It's not a 1 year program. 1 year is only the minimum that you start with. Most people don't stay for 1 year. They end up staying for many years. If you can again go back to the various case studies, various examples. So it's really up to each one. How much time you want to see, when you see that, okay, Aarohi is giving me value, you be with Aarohi. And at some point of time, you say bye to value, bye to Aarohi, and you move ahead in your life, wherever, however you want to move ahead. So it's not about, there's no graduation. We are not a school or a college or an institution in that song. Each child is the institution, and the institution moves with the child, or rather inside the child. And sorry, Satish is asking, kid found a path to become an engineer or a doctor. Are we still with that era of engineers, doctors? Okay, Satish, that's fine. If you go through the case study, there's a case study of Adarsh, where he started from, what he was, where he was struggling, and now he's doing engineering totally on his own. So yes, why not? What's wrong with engineering, and what's wrong with being a pet champion, or what's wrong with being a fashion garment businessman, or what's wrong in being a digital marketing? In today's world, even if you sneeze very nicely, you can make a business out of it and earn money. Right? So I think yep. So good that you asked this question. Yes, we have examples of engineers also, and we have examples of all kinds of yeah,
I think
professions.
related to that, in fact, I was also thinking it's kind of easier to figure out your own path that are and choose professions or the work that are skill based, right? Like content, social media related, or a business, or a computer programmer. But like things like that, the professions like that need a degree, like doctor. You can't be doctor without just studying yourself. You have to do 10th, 12th entrance
Sure,
exams,
sure.
doctor, lawyer, CA.
Yeah, but Gitika, have you sat down and counted the number of professions that actually mandate such a degree? And I can tell you, you won't go beyond 15.
Okay.
Right? That's the
Yeah, right.
surprising part. We are stuck with that small handful of 15 professions, or even 10, I would say, while there's 15 lakh professions which we are not thinking about. Yeah, I'm not saying those 15. If somebody wants to get it, like this child wanted to become a pilot, he had to become 10, 12.
Yeah.
No, no. And he immediately took that. So there is no problem. We have nothing against what profession you want to take up. For us, doctor is absolutely fine. And if that requires a degree, go ahead, do a degree, man. What's the big deal? You put in effort. In India, you can you can become a doctor at 36. Why only become at 16? At any age, you can become a doctor. Right?
Yeah, then okay.
So
If you
I'm just
can be any age, that's fine. But the thing is, need to do doctor, you need to do 10, 12, 10th,
yes.
that
And the
4
best
years
part,
of
at 36, you can do a 10th and a 12th and get into a doctor degree and do the graduation and become a doctor. What I'm trying to say is, we don't need to look at it only as one strict path that has to be stepped up and reach there. To reach there itself, there are many paths. Yeah, just give me one. Yeah, sorry. So yes, that is one path. And if you prefer that path, if that path works for you, if you already know that I want to be a doctor, and anyway, then I would say, if a child, if you call me up and say, Ratnesh, my child wants to become a doctor, I will say, don't even come to Aarohi. Why would you want to come to Aarohi? There's already a charted path. Please go to that path and you will reach where you want to reach, right? Why would you even come to Aarohi? Yeah. But having said that, what I'm saying is, at any point of our life, if you want to do anything, if you want to make a difference in that particular field, I think all fields are open to all of us. And I am very sure, even in this group of 19, I keep saying, so many of us would have changed our profession to where we started off. And that itself is a proof that we aren't limited by these so-called degrees, exams. I don't know why we have kind of hugging them so close. If somebody needs it, go ahead, get it whenever, at 16 or at 60. How does it matter? Yeah, what really matters is what you want now. As in, what are your vision, whatever passion, what is your need, what is your want now? And that's what is really important.
Hi,
Yeah, Ratnesh, I had a question.
Sure.
So my question was that I have two children. One is 3.5, the other is 5.5, and they are currently into a school structure. And I have, like, from the last 2 months only, got an idea about this open learning, and I'm like very keen about it. So now I want to take the next step, and I'm, wanting to join Aarohi. So because of the distance, like we are here in North India in Amritsar. So here I did not find any as such a local open learning community or anything as such. So, okay. Just yeah. So and for because the children are very small, and I want to consider the am I So I was considering for the online community. So we can, yes, frequently, not very frequently visit the Aarohi campus, but online for this age group, will it work? And what all should I, prepare and to take them on
Okay,
this path?
okay. So we do. You are in Amritsar, right? So we do have a campus in Amritsar, and that's your home,
Yeah.
right? If you start thinking of our home as the most beautiful campus, then that's it. That's where you start, and please believe me, that's a beautiful campus. So yes, Aarohi does support Preeti. Preeti, are you still there? Sorry, I don't let Preeti speak in these meetups,
Yeah.
right? Preeti, take over. Tell how we support whatever we support. Yeah, Preeti will answer this. Sorry.
Hey, please, can you give me a second? There's someone on the door.
Oh, okay, okay. Right. So Preeti is the best
Satish,
person
one more thing.
to answer your question. Yeah, and show
And
how
one
we
more thing,
support.
like
Yeah.
my daughter, she is very, very fond of interacting with people, having friends, and very attached to her school friends right now. So I am actually looking for a community nearby as well, wherein she can go meet children in person, because this is what she loves.
No,
Working in groups and interacting. So this is only one thing where actually she is more stuck on, that I have shared all things that I have explored. She's also keen on it, but there is only, that one block that I don't want to leave this because of this. So this is one
sure,
thing
sure,
which
sure. I mean, that's her choice finally at the end of the day. But oh, okay, I don't know if Preeti is back or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Preeti.
Yeah, so hi Ruhi, hi everyone. So we as a family are also from Mumbai, and from like we go to Aarohi campus once a year or maybe twice a year, depending upon the need of the child, and depending upon like what kind of a project or something that we want to do and go to Aarohi. So Bangalore has also become our second home, so that way we keep traveling to Bangalore. But yes, we are uh, in Mumbai like all the time, and from here only we are part of the community. So that is how, and our daughter, she started it from 7 years of age. So that is one thing. Another thing, what I understand out of your situation is ki whatever it is means you have to really discuss with your children, and means definitely it might excite you, the whole concept of open learning or whatever, means as a parent. But what your children want, that also is very, very important. So discuss with them, and the social need of the child. I think I think by by this structure of school, we restrict their social structure rather than we expand their social structure. This is my belief personally, because we make them believe that your friends can only be your age group, right? When they go to school, whereas their friends can be any age group from 0 to 99. So you are also your children's friend, and anybody around, they are also their friends, and society is also friend, and everybody whomsoever they meet, they can become their friends. So that social structure can be expanded, means I don't know what to answer. I don't know.
Yeah. So what Preeti was also sharing is, so what Aarohi does is, Aarohi does not work with your children. Aarohi online, if you are connecting, we will work with you and support you, guide you, mentor you in how you can do so many different things, including the social structure that Preeti is talking about, right? With through different, how different people have created that, built that based on each child's needs, right? What is your child's needs, and then work through that and see how we can create that. And again, there is no one answer, possibly 50 different ways of how we can do, let's say, in this way. Somebody would say, my child is into music. So we can create 50 different ways of how one can explore music and so on. So social needs, musical needs, food needs, whatever, dancing needs, running needs, whatever. All children have beautiful needs. And we don't need to be expert in that. We don't need to be, but what we need to see is how we can support you in your journey of expanding and exploring those needs and wants. So that's
Okay,
what Aarohi
so
does.
in the online, you are supporting parents to co-create with their children, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. So I thought that children would also be involved online. So that was one thing. Maybe I misunderstood that.
Yeah, not directly, but if they want to interact with some other children in an informal level, they can, right, Preeti? But not at a formal level, we
Yeah.
will work with you as a parent.
Yeah. So wherever need be, they can definitely be interacting and be part of the online space. But mostly it is with parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay, so everybody, it's 6-5. We typically do these meetups 5 to 6 every Saturday, and we have been doing this for almost now 5 years, right? Talking to parents, helping them, supporting them, whatever your questions are. So please keep coming to this. If you have a question, if you want to, connect with Aarohi, or if you have another family in mind or a friend in mind whose children may benefit from Aarohi, you can help us connect with them. Or if you,
Excuse me, I have a
if
quick
you,
question.
sorry,
Regarding the it's a quick question. Sorry, I missed asking before. Regarding ROI's assistance, right, on how coming up with the plan for a kids' education. I mean, homeschooling. Like, what will ROI's suggestions or help will be like? It will be like a day-to-day planning structure or some inputs on where to get some information for the kid to learn, or what will be the assistance, or what will be the
that
inputs
will,
from ROI?
so that's a good question. The answer is very simple. It will depend on what is your need, right?
Okay.
So you may have one need today, and maybe tomorrow you will have a different need. So it's not about having one fixed, some kind of 50 things that we need to tell you. No, 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 no. It's about where you are in your journey, and the journey always keeps changing. If today your child is 5 years, and when the child is 8, the need will be different. When the child is 13, the need will be different. When the child is 18, the needs will be different. So the needs keep changing. What is more important is what do you want, and that is where we will support you, right? So exactly as how Ruhi was saying, she wants support in socializing of her child, so that's where we will support her. But somebody else will have a different need, so there's no one way. What you are getting is people who have done this journey, right, from very young children till very old adults now, right? So we have so many of us who have done this journey. Preeti has done it, we have done it, and with so many children, not just one child. You see, it's not just our children. We have bring in those experience and expertise and see how we can support you. We also have we do a lot of programs. Please see our programs page. Yeah, I think let me sign off from after sharing this program page, and see which ones can you start with right now, and maybe you will get a taste of. So many of them are available on demand, which means you can sign up these programs and start getting many of your answers straight away. There is a workshop on how to do homeschooling, unschooling, open learning. You can try that and so on. And plus, subsequently, if you want to be part of the ongoing support that Aarohi offers, that's when you can connect with Preeti, and we can all help you take that journey forward. Meanwhile, if you are interested, once again repeating, if you're interested in being part of Aarohi at campus, uh, please go through our website. A lot of information is there. Then if you need a one-to-one, please connect with me. I've given already the number. It's there on the website, the ROE's WhatsApp number. You connect on the ROE WhatsApp number. One of us will spend some time with you. And then please plan to come and stay with us. Obviously, if once you discuss, you're attracted towards being part of it, come and experience. Once you experience, then you decide. Yeah. And we are there every Saturday. If you have more questions, please join us any number of times on these meetups. We are there every Saturday, 5 to 6. So we'll see some of you hopefully next Saturday. Meanwhile, we'll interact with you on WhatsApp or calls to support you. Yep. So thank you. Thank you for being part of today's meetup. And yeah, have a great weekend.
Thank you.